Hey everyone, let's talk about Russia, a country so big, it's hard to imagine. When you hear Russia, you might think of huge open spaces and a long, interesting history. Russia is the biggest country in the whole world, covering over 17 million square kilometers. That's even bigger than the planet Pluto. From freezing Arctic plains to tall mountains, Russia's wilderness is amazing. But Russia's size isn't just about maps. It's a big part of what makes Russia Russia. It has shaped its culture, its history, and how it fits in with the rest of the world. Join me as we explore this giant country, discovering its amazing landscapes and the fascinating cultures of its people. Our trip starts way up north, where the sun barely comes up during winter. This is the tundra, a land of ice and strong winds. The ground is frozen almost all year round, thawing only for a short time in summer. It's a tough place to live, but plants and animals still manage. Small, tough plants like mosses and tiny shrubs grow close to the ground, feeding reindeer and musk oxen. And of course, the polar bear, a symbol of the Arctic, hunts for seals along the icy shores. The tundra might look empty, but it's full of life that has adapted to this extreme environment. As we head south, the tundra slowly changes into the taiga, the biggest forest on Earth. This huge forest stretches across Russia like a green ocean, filled with trees like spruce, fir, and pine. These trees are built for long, cold winters and short summers. The taiga is home to lots of wildlife, like brown bears, wolves, lynx, and wolverines. In the summer, the forest is filled with birdsong and wildflowers cover the ground. The taiga is Russia's green heart, important for wood and home to many animals. Russia isn't just flat plains and forests. It has tall mountains, creating amazing views and homes for many plants and animals. The Ural Mountains, stretching over 2,500 kilometers, divide Europe and Asia. Further south, the Caucasus Mountains are even taller, with Mount Elbrus, the highest peak in Europe. These mountains are home to amazing animals like snow leopards, ibex, and golden eagles. People love to hike and climb these majestic peaks. Section 5. Vast steppes. Down in the south and west, Russia changes again into huge steppes, or grasslands. These grasslands go on forever, like a sea of grass under a big sky. The steppes have really hot summers and super cold winters, but even with the tough weather, the steppes are full of life. Herds of saiga antelope eat the grass, while eagles and vultures fly above, looking for food. The steppes also have lots of different plants, including colorful wildflowers that bloom in the spring. Section 6. 11 time zones. Can you believe that one country could have 11 different sunrises? That's Russia. It has 11 time zones, from Kaliningrad on the Baltic Sea to Kamchatka on the Pacific Ocean. This makes things interesting. When people in Moscow are starting work, people in Vladivostok are already eating dinner. It also means Russia has many different cultures and ways of life, with each region having its own special traditions. Section 7. Russia's giant neighbors. Russia is huge, but let's compare it to other big countries. Canada, another large country, is about half the size of Russia. China, which has the most people in the world, is also smaller than Russia. But being big isn't everything. A lot of Russia is inside the Arctic Circle, where it's hard to live because of the cold. Section 8. A tapestry of coastlines and borders. Russia has long coastlines along 3 big oceans, the Arctic, the Pacific, and the Atlantic, through the Baltic Sea. It also shares borders with 14 other countries, more than any other country. This means Russia has many different cultures and influences. From the west, near Scandinavia, to the east, near Mongolia and China, Russia has always been a mix of different people and traditions. Section 9. A mosaic of cultures. Russia's cultures are just as diverse as its landscapes. From the big city of Moscow with its famous onion-shaped church domes to small villages in Siberia with traditional ways of life, Russia is full of different people and places. In the Caucasus region, you'll find many different groups of people, each with its own language and customs. St. Petersburg, a beautiful city with amazing palaces and museums, shows Russia's connection to Europe. Traveling through Russia is like exploring a rainbow of cultures, each with its own story to tell.